Hey everybody. So, welcome to March of 2017. I'm sure you all are as fatigued by the current political climate as I am. So, I wanted to get in touch and talk a little bit about where the channel's at, where I'm at, and what I want to do going forward. So, the good news is I am in a much better place personally than I was a year ago this time. Uh, most all facets of my life have improved considerably. And so, with that in mind, I am now in a place where I can start working on the channel in earnest and hopefully start to develop it some. And so I want to tell you all a little bit about what I've got in mind going forward and hopefully open the forum for discussion. I want to hear about what would make you all want to be a part of this going forward. So first and foremost, there's been obviously a change in tone on the channel. And that is because, I am now 33 and I cannot continue to make videos the way I did when I was 23. Uh, I want to contribute to the current discussion around current events, around the arts, entertainment, humanities, music, literature, all of that. I want to contribute to all of these discussions, but I would like to do it in a way that is more thoughtful and more constructive. And I think I've towed the waters of doing that in a few videos now, and the reaction has been overwhelmingly positive. Um, and as I alluded to in one of my recent videos, at the end of the day, the personal character growth that needs to happen for me is to not be so thin-skinned to so many things. So first and foremost, there has been a positive uptick in Patreon donors as of late. So thank you so much for that. I do have a couple of people who donate privately, so the actual amount I'm receiving per video is about $10 higher than what's listed. That said, it does taper off by degrees, so what you see, the amount you see on the Patreon page is what I get for the first video of every month, and then it tapers off from there as people limit their support throughout. So, what I would like to do for the channel, and I am pleased to say I'm in a place now where I can start devoting more attention and more money to the channel, and that's where I think you all will start to see something positive on the back end with that. Is first I want to get some better equipment. I've got a great camera here, but and I've got good editing software. I want to get some lighting so I can do nice, and I've been looking into a great deal into lighting technique and learning a lot about that. But I want to get some good studio lighting, and I want to get a green screen for myself. That doesn't cost very much. I've seen all of that running around $200 to $300. So that should be something that fairly soon I can pick up for myself. And once I have that, I want to be able to, or I'm going to be able to start doing obviously more evolved productions and that kind of thing. I want to contribute to the discussion around politics and current events and that kind of thing like I have in the past, but I don't want to just be a sarcastic quip machine. People in the past had will recall that I used to refer to myself as a world champion turd identifier, and that's just not a fulfilling role to be in. So I'm going to be slowly and carefully bringing back in commentary on current events as I already have, but in a far more thoughtful and constructive tone, something that I can feel positive about contributing. So with that in mind, I want to my dream for this channel, my vision for this channel is to grow it to something on par with like the Rubin Report, which is a Patreon I contribute to. I would like to have it on that level where I can bring guests into my studio to talk, to be interviewed, and that sort of thing. Now, obviously, that's very, very far down the road, and it will there's a long list of steps to get to that point. But I also want to make this channel into something where there is a more positive, proactive discussion happening around the areas of the arts that we're all interested in, video games being outstanding among them. The so-called social justice warriors are right about one thing, and that is that the discussion around games needs to develop and it needs to mature, but it needs to mature in the right way. So that's going to start happening, and there's going to start being more and more discussion in that regard. I've been talking with Stefan, who I do book talk with, about expanding our operation to do videos including discussions of movies, discussion of film, that kind of thing, of games. We have toyed with the idea of trying to find a way to almost make it like Siskel and Ebert at the movies. Yeah, obviously we live in different locations, so we'd have to film it separately or something like that. But doing a regular program like that. And what you're going to see going forward this year is developing little efforts, developing kind of test runs of things like that, if that makes sense. I don't want to launch another just another major crowdfunding campaign out of the gate, mainly because if I do, the internet will start shitting kittens. So what I would like to do is just build interest in the channel over time and hopefully incur some Patreon donors, more Patreon donors that way. To my current Patreon donors, thank you so much, and thank you for helping me out in this regard. I don't want to go into personal details too much, but I have definitely turned the corner on my personal financial situation and all of that. So, like I said, I'm in a much better place, and I can start committing more of the money that the channel brings in to developing the channel. Another thing I want to start doing is buying some good advertising space for the channel on various social media, and that's going to be especially important because one of the first major projects that this channel is going to be undertaking is going to be released this summer, which is going to be a 3-month-long weekly run of new Dark Therapy episodes. So there will be 4 new Dark Therapy episodes every month for 3 months, June, July, and August. So it will be the summer of Dark Therapy. And if you've not checked out Dark Therapy yet, please do. It's my anthology short story series that explores realms of horror, fantasy, science fiction with my own unique take. It's, if I dare say so myself, it's something that if you like The Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, all of that, and certainly creepypasta and that kind of thing, you will enjoy Dark Therapy. So that's going to be coming back, and more than a few people have compared it to Black Mirror, so that kind of biting satirical element as well. So Dark Therapy will be coming back this summer, 12 new episodes, so that's going to be one thing. And to give you a perspective of where I am asking for donations for Dark Therapy episodes, I want to do it this way because it guarantees publication, obviously, and it guarantees that it will get out to my fans. It will get out to you, the people who enjoy it, rather than me having to go running around to different magazines and that kind of thing. The thing is, if I were to get published in a magazine like, say, Asimov's or Fantasy and Science Fiction, that kind of thing, I could easily make $300 a story minimum. So that's why I want to get the Patreon contributions up for in anticipation of Dark Therapy. The next thing I have in the works is going to be a project that it's not directly related to the channel, but it will be of interest to people who follow my channel and follow my work, and that is that I have a solo album coming out called The Aftermath, and this is going to be a progressive rock, progressive metal concept album about a difficult time period in my life. And so it's coming together very nicely. And like I said, this will come out with or without Patreon support. But right now where I'm at, I'm recording all of my parts. I've written the whole thing. I'm recording my parts. I've got several session musicians on tap that I'm going to bring in, and then I'm going to be doing a budget for printing the album and everything. And when that's all ready to go, I'll present that to the patrons and to the YouTube community at large and see if they'd like to be a part of that. The last thing I want to ask, obviously, is what do you all want? What do you all want to see on this channel that would make you want to contribute to it? And even $1 a month is tremendously helpful. I do my Patreon as per video because I want to be paid per video. For my output, I want to have the encouragement to put out content rather than just receive a fixed amount of money every month, whether I produce anything or not. So it keeps me productive, and it keeps you all getting new content. That said, if you want to go in for a certain amount every month, you can limit how much you contribute every month. So if you want to do $1, $5, $10, or any increment in between, minimum $1 a month, that will help tremendously. And like I said, I want to hear from you guys, honest, constructive criticism. What kind of content, short of me returning to being a sarcastic bastard with lots of enemies, what kind of content would you guys like to see that you would like to support and be a part of? Like I said, those are just a couple of the projects I have in the works. I do have other stuff in the works as well, and I think if you follow the channel, 2017 is going to be just a very cool year for some interesting stuff related to the arts and certainly related to current political discussion, which I know has been my stock and trade predominantly on YouTube. So anyway, thank you again to everybody for your support, and especially to the longtime fans that have really stuck it out. You guys are great, and it's a pleasure bringing you content, so I look forward to doing that more in the coming year. Take care.